Hi, I'm Piyush, co-founder for InMobi Group and president for Glance. I think simply speaking, the Indian startup thing is going to be a massive wave. We saw the first wave last 5 years, but the real thing is going to happen in the next 10 years, in my opinion. It's very similar to the cycle we saw in the Valley back then in China, like 20 years ago. So that moment for Indian startups, where it is not just about a few unicorns or 100 unicorns, like we were the first unicorn of the country, and I see how much has changed since we were the first unicorn that time as InMobi. So I feel there's going to be a much more growth in startups, a lot more depth in entrepreneurs, a lot more focus on building global tech companies, a lot more prudence, because I think all the mistakes have been seen by people. So a lot more high quality companies will come, and also across sectors, not just in the classic fintech and e-commerce and food tech, but in real non-sexy industries like agriculture or health or defense. When defense is sexy, but still, right? So all these things are going to happen a lot more, and that just shows that there's going to be so much more innovation in all these spaces, and there'll now be capital also for these. So a lot of things. I mean, simple answer is, there's a lot of money lying around. There's more money than we ever saw in terms of funding startups. Like there are large VCs from the Valley, there are big companies from India, there are angel investors. Like I'm part of like 6 angel syndicates. There are government programs to fund you. Because of Shark Tank, your Chacha Mama Tao is willing to fund you, right? So there is enough money out there. I think it's important that as entrepreneurs, we are careful on who we take it from. The color of the money is important in this case, because you want to make sure whoever you take money from is helping you think big, is giving you patience capital. It's important to have patience also, not just capital. And at some level, ability for them to help you deeply in the business beyond the money. So the quality of who you raise money from is very important, more so. And that's what founders and entrepreneurs should be very careful about, because there is enough money, and there's also money coming in from other markets. I know Japan or Korea or Israel or Middle East wants to invest in Indian startups because they can't do so anymore for Chinese startups. So that's what I think. But there are tons of mistakes we have made. I'd say really make sure you have the right co-founders. I think we really benefited because as founders, co-founders, we have stuck along for like 16 years, and our families know each other, our kids know each other, and that's very, very important, because when you're at the top, when you're at a founder level, it's lonely at the top, especially in tough times. And I think that's very important for entrepreneurs. Unless you are someone who's so good and you can handle things alone as a single man show, which many people do, I'd say that's an important one. Second, really make sure that there is a team around you who believe in the story, who believe in the vision. I think everyone has that passion, the execution, but the real vision, the real ambition, if that's not large, people don't get attracted to you. I think we saw that because we felt we can say, let's be a world-class product company from India, like a Google or a Meta from India. We saw many people drawn towards InMobi and Glance. So that's very important, which I think people forget, because they start looking at that next big white space to make revenue, but they forget that if they solve for the right vision out there and the right ambition, they will draw people, and hence they can actually have much more revenue out there. So that's another way I can say this as such. Yeah, I think it's the time to, like they say, it's time to disco, right? So it's the time to really build great ventures from India. We really strongly believe that some of the best companies can come out of India in the next 5-10 years. We strongly want to make sure that we enable other entrepreneurs to build global companies. We believe in going global. Let's not think small. We believe it's important to create your own culture. So culture is very important. Let's not try and emulate the Google culture or the Amazon culture or the Netflix culture. I think it's important as Asian companies, Indian companies, we build our own culture. Like we did the InMobi way. So that's another thing that's important. And yeah, I mean, just stay patient and go deep. मतलब टिकना ज़रूरी है is the hashtag I would say, because otherwise nothing comes free, nothing comes easy. So that's another last message I would give. Thank you.